Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Dicey Dungeons. Let's hop in. So we are... Where are we, actually? It's a new day. I guess what we're trying to do here is episode 4 is on everything, would make the most sense. So yeah, elimination rounds on the thief. Let's hop in and go. These intros don't mean anything, so we'll just skip through them very quickly. And then, let's see. As far as the thief's ability, he's just gonna steal other people's attacks. So, like doing this, then doing this, then that, and that is the best we could do. And then split that here, do that, and now he can't do anything at all because he would just die. And then we'll do that. And that's an overplay, certainly. Okay, leather armor. We've never really been able to have a run where we used leather armor. If anything, there is a certain level here where we have just not had runs or rules that would make a lot of this equipment like useful. Like, I've never really felt the need to do a weekend. I've never really felt the need to do do leather armor, do major manipulation around the dice, splitting, merging, duplicating dice, things like that. And I question whether I ever would run into need for any of that. We'll take on the wizard first here since we're at full health. 5 damage, shock 3. I will take that. Split the 5. Do that. That and that. And then the turn. Odd to dodge next attack, or split the 4, I guess. Do that, then that. We'll just dodge, I guess, and do more damage. He has an odd setup here where he has upgraded Hall of Mirrors because he's just got upgraded everything. Let's do that. Yeah, I suppose it shows something here. In the fact that I really didn't even think about the fact that all the items were upgraded. It didn't even occur to me. Let's see. 3, 2, I should have done the other 3. We'd split this to see if maybe we could get a higher number than just doing 1 damage. Not that it mattered. So it's probably worth it to look at this and think if maybe we would want to buy healing crystals as a way of keeping our health high. I think that's not a terrible thought. And then we'll take on this guy next since our health is fairly high. Of course I could find that to be a mistake fairly quickly. Let's see. Do spike damage here for 3. Do 2 damage there. Heal 1 here. Or reduce 1 damage from each attack, which is probably better. We're not going to survive if we're not careful, so I do want to maintain the pressure. And the second he gets a double of anything, I really am in trouble at that point. Let's see. Also, healing doesn't get you as high as I would like it to be. 3 health there is not quite enough. 1 there, split this. And then do 1 here, do 1 here. Do the unlucky roll. Do 1 here, then 1 there. And am I possibly going to have a bunch of countdowns in this build? Probably not. So we'll take the poison. Pickpocket, stealing 1 gold is not that useful. We are now at full equipment, so now it's a matter of just deciding whether to get rid of something. Having extra money. Poison slingshot is an option. Split to 6, I guess, to start with. And then an even would be this. An odd would be this. Five going into this because there's nothing more to do. And then doing this is your best bet, even though she is strong against poison. Split the 6s at this point. Oh, I guess I could have done 6 damage there. I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay. Oh, I could have done 5 damage there. Man. It's pretty obvious, I guess I should say it out loud though, that it's a new day for me, and I haven't played this in maybe a day or 2 as a game, and I can definitely feel that I've kind of fallen behind on remembering how to play all of this. If this was a game that was particularly high on strategy and you just had to really learn a lot of tricks and become an expert on it, I'd probably be in a lot more trouble than I am in. But since it's not really how this goes, I think it's pretty easy to be dumb and do a decent amount of success. Of course, I say that now, but I'm at 6 health and there's definitely problems. Alright. Split a 2 into a 1. 3 damage. 3 damage. Reduce that. Unlucky roll. Can't hide from trees, they live for hundreds of years, they feast on the dead. I think that's a new line of conversation. Okay. With those 2 healths, we're still in a pretty bad position. And then I just don't think I'd buy counterfeit to duplicate a dice or bump a dice value up by 1 amongst my equipment. Like, at a certain point we need to replace pickpocket and probably leather armor and ideally poison needle and dagger, if not lockpick. So I'm not like super happy with any of the cards I've got, any of the equipment I have. Let's see. We'll do this one. We will heal for 3. We will split 1 and 2. Go ahead and steal. Reroll this one. Do that. Do that. I guess the question I need to check here is, am I stealing the upgraded versions of their attacks? I guess I am. Alright. So do that, do that, do that. Do that. Do that. Oops. I'm probably just barely holding on. This is where, like, unlucky rolls are going to either save the day or cause us terrible. Split value in 2. Split value into 2, I assume just means half the value of the dice, not split into 2 dice. Yeah, we are close to losing. And that's not something I really can just like learn to love about this game, is that you can just hit a brick wall effectively and lose a lot of times. This. Do this. Then do that. Poison, I guess, works pretty well with this character in that if I'm going to get an unlucky roll and get 4 ones, poisoning does potentially more damage. Somewhat more damage, maybe somewhat more damage. Okay. I think we're safe to heal here. And then do that, and do that. And then we should win next turn before they can act. I need one more fight to get my health back up. And if I was going to upgrade anything, I just have no idea what it would be. 5 useless per turn with Poison Needle might be the best bet. Or reduce poisoning with healing crystals. Yeah, I think our best option is to just go Poison Needle. And the Yeti is going to turn me into a bunch of 1s, and he's level 3, where the baby squid is level 2, so let's take the baby squid on. Headbutt. Roll this. Split this. Even the steel gold. Sure. Do this. Now do this with odd. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll take 1 health. Hmm. 7 damage. So we can do 7 damage back. And then that just basically means we need something more. Heal a little bit. Do this. Somehow got a pretty big number there. There we go. First aid kit. Healing 8 for 16. It's probably not a good setup for this character since the unlucky rolls are going to be a thing. Do 6 damage. Freeze a dice. See if we can split a 5 into an odd number. Get rid of 1 even. Then do this. And we don't need to heal at the moment, so we will, I guess, do this. That's the better move when you have a 2. So we've now just got a bunch of 1s, which we still aren't getting anywhere close to 12 1s. As potentially an option. Like rolling 12 1s in a row. unless they mean between multiple turns, which maybe they mean that, but that would be kind of weird. Because see, he could like now freeze all my dice, and technically at this point I think I would have rolled 12 ones in a row, but I don't know if it really is going to count it that way. It definitely comes off more like the only way you'd actually get the achievement for rolling 12 ones in a row is to play the bonus rounds, which feels like it's going to go further and further to lower levels instead of just 5 floors, potentially going to 10 floors, or just potentially infinitely going forever. I guess they let anyone be a contestant these days. So we have like 9 things. Odd, heal 1 health, reusable. So yeah, I think bandage, healing 1 health over healing crystals and being reusable is worth it. And then poison slingshot instead of leather armor. There is an argument to getting rid of lockpick and pickpocket, but not sure I'm quite ready to that point, and we don't have a good thing to replace it with at the moment. Getting that extra health definitely isn't super useful. Okay, big number splits. Deal with that. And blight doubling poison at the moment is not useful. So we'll go that turn. Okay, split the big number, and then 3, 6, 9. Could have healed that turn. Tin poison is a massive amount of poison. Split that. Odd. Let's see, how do we want to play this? Well, 6, for instance, can't do anything, so we've got to put it here to do 4. 3 can do 3 damage that way. A odd on a 5 has to be used to heal, and odd on a 5 has to be healed. We can do that once for 3. Remember, he's strong against poison, so he's only going to do about 4 damage at that point. So that's the most amount of damage, but honestly I probably should have done a massive amount of healing, because I'm gonna probably get around to another turn, and if he could like double the amount of poison now, I'd probably lose. Alright. So this puts me in a weird position where I think the thing you want to do here is just heal as much as possible and let the poison take him out, so you get this whole extra round. Did I not steal a gold there? Alright. Splitting a dice in 2 is still probably better than spatula. I feel like I should have stolen a gold there and didn't. Disaster being replaced by catastrophe. Sure. It's crazy. I know, but why not? Now I'm gonna take on this guy and not touch that apple, because obviously that apple is an extra enemy. Let's see. 6 damage there. Split 1/6. Let's see. I guess the 4 goes here. That poisons once. And we'll just waste it to do that. And then after this first attack, he'll freeze everything, so split that in half. Do that to freeze 1 dice. And I'm just hoping that he can't do too much damage. Maybe he could do too much damage. Just heal with the rest of these. I don't really want to freeze his dice because he needs an odd number, and giving him that higher chance of odd numbers actually doesn't help. Although he got 3 odd numbers anyways. It would have been 4 odd numbers had I frozen a dice. Okay. Now, he's not immune to poison, so 11 poison damage will do it. So then we just heal with this. But it is definitely the next fight in which we get health. A 6 to roll 2 1s for 1. Snake Charm. I'm gonna buy that but not use it. We are getting into this weird situation where if all of a sudden I could reduce all the countdowns of everything down to 0 with doubles, I could have several different things that were countdown items. But I would need that specific thing. And I'll just hold on to my money for the next round. Rotten Apple level 4. We've got to try and hope we can win here. It's going to reduce my health by half and do 3 damage. Guess if I did Catastrophe here, split that. Should I even steal a gold, or should I do poison? Or should I try and health heal? Taking 2 health is probably not worth it. Let's see. Split the 4. Do that again. 3 damage there. Heal 2 times. Things are not going well here. I need to figure out a way to win better. Catastrophe I keep using instead of potentially doing like 4 poison. Or even like 1 poison. If I got my unlucky roll charged, that would help a little bit, but I don't know if it helps enough. I just don't know what else to do in the meantime. I'm probably safe this turn, but I'm very possibly doomed the next turn. Like, reduce my health to half to 4, do 3 damage, I'm at 1. Yeah. I have no way of adjusting for that other than to just really try and stay alive with a bunch of odd numbers. And that's all the odd numbers. We could do 4 poison. We can do that. And we can do that. And that probably bought me another turn, but that's about it. I I need a way to do like 10 damage. I could do 2 damage with poison, or just continue to lean on catastrophe. Okay, if I was to do this, I could get him down to 5. Is there any way at that point I survive? Could do 4 damage. I can't do both. Just try and buy another turn. Yeah, I'm down to 4. He does 3. I'm back to 1. Can I win now that I have the unlucky roll? If I do this. And I'm not even going to bother to do the math. I'm just going to do this and see what happens. That gets him to 5. And then we could split this to 2, 4. So I could do 4 damage, which would not kill him. Which means I have to hope that he can't cut my health in half and in some other way defeat me. And we'll throw that in there just because. And I guess he couldn't do that. But if I don't get a full health refill in this instance, I am doomed. Obviously. Like, there's no way around that. Need 1 damage there. 3, 6, 9 there. That's enough to win. And you get 1 heal. And this really just came down to the wire, which does not seem a high chance of success as far as the next level. Double dice 6. Split dice into 3 with the hacksaw. Or upgrade equipment. Let's see. Any number or double catastrophe. We'll take double catastrophe. We have 1 more roll with Midnight Charm. If we buy it, we would have 3 left. That's fine. Let's go. Yep. So we have a couple of countdown things that we could work on if we could get that one item that would reduce the countdown on everything. And I'll just split the 1 here. And then 8 damage, 1 dice. I think we'll say no to. We're at full health. So we'll do that. We'll do this and this. And that alone will probably make it very difficult for him to play. We'll throw 5 in there. And do 1 poison there. Yep. Okay. Then split that in half. We could spin 2 to heal. We might want to do that later, but for now, poison, poison, poison. 10 damage, wow. Oh yeah, it definitely still feels like you have a high chance of failure. That you'll just take massive amounts of damage. Oh, let's see. Poison. 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 Guess we do that and that. 9 damage versus 3 health. Let's do 10 damage this turn and then 2 heals. Next turn, if he needs 1 more damage. Yeah, we won't even need to do that. So this whole turn now is just about getting odd numbers so that we could heal. And outside of that, we can just be careful and do extra damage. We're stealing coins, but it seems to me like the stealing coins are not mentioned at the end of the fight, which is weird. Okay. So we'll buy detonator, and then that is pretty much it for our hopes. So we no longer need to steal coins. So get rid of that. Any even thing will do 1 damage for each poison on the enemy, adding poison that way. Healing makes a lot of sense. There is potentially even an argument to get rid of catastrophe, but we already upgraded it, so we'll stick with it. It's reduced to armor damage with iron armor. That's nothing. Okay. We'll do Avalanche Plus. We will see. Split a dice in 2, I guess. And then 2 damage and 2 damage. And then that. And that. I could heal 1, or I can try to add some poison. So in this case, I'll add some more poison. Locking 2 dice is going to suck. Let's split that. That amount of poison and that amount of poison, and then do 3 poison this turn, which is probably better than doing 1 more poison if I think about it, because the poison will go down when it attacks at the beginning of the opponent's turn. If he gets those ones and can lock the dice though, you're in a pretty bad position. And we're definitely still not in a great position. It is weird, to say the least. Alright, I'm gonna split this so I can be certain to lock both of his dice, and that just gives me a free turn. And then we do this and this to add 4 poison. And then we do this. Oops, that was a mistake. I should have done this first. But I guess what we'll do is heal, heal, heal. We don't need to lock any more dice. I just got the achievement for locking all the dice on an enemy, which I would have thought I would have gotten that earlier. Alright, let's split this. Do that. Do that. Well, actually, I don't know what I'm doing here. I could have done 4 healing instead, and then just done this. And then when I ended the turn, I would have won anyways. So I lost an opportunity there to get a couple more health. That puts us in a weird position where now we have to decide, do we want to take on the Kraken level 4 or the Cowboy level 5? I think you take the Kraken level 4 on first, even though you might get an upgrade after the Cowboy, just because we have pretty high health right now. Krakens don't have that high of an issue. I feel like Catastrophe here might work and it might not. Let's see how it plays out. And we'll do that. And we'll work towards that. And we'll do that. And in the turn. Actually doing 1 poison probably isn't really worth it that much. And I should have just done 1 heal instead. I guess we're just building up here for the next turn. Blinding the dice is not going to be that big of a deal. I'll just start with that. Okay, 4 curse. Full poison now. It's probably the better move. He's not actually doing damage to me. Okay. 1, 2. So these are all very big numbers. Could do 1 health here. I guess it's better to do that. So we will win here. It's just really a matter of just how annoying it's going to be. So big numbers. Let's do 1 damage here. Now get it to 14. And then do 7 there. Find out that's not an odd. That puts us in a good position. Yeah. We'll win before he gets to play. We're at 38 out of 40. That worked out pretty well. And we literally are just doing that fight to get XP. Midnight Charm, roll 2 6s. Needs a 6 to do 6 damage. Well, I suppose doing this, and then doing this, and this. And then do 4 damage that way. We could have done actually 6 damage. Yeah, if I'd played better. Of course, there's a massive problem with all that. Let's see. This, and then this, this, and then this. Split that. 1, 2, 3. 12 and 24 is all we need. So do an even here for 12. We'll win next turn. And then 1, 2, 3. Back to 30. Oh yeah, and we were gonna get full health anyways. So you always get a full health, I guess. Hey there, get your kid out. I reckon I can do something pretty good today. I guess we should look at just what the other upgrades would have been. Like Midnight Charm plus 5, roll 2 6s is something I could take. Or 3 to roll 2 1s, which is not as good. I don't think that there's too much else we'd particularly consider. Any dice to detonate is probably our best bet. Yeah. Upgrade that, and then we could potentially just put any dice to detonate multiple times. Thief versus Aofi. I guess Aofi has a sword where the other character, warrior character, has a staff, but they definitely look very interchangeable as warrior ladies. There is perhaps an imbalance here too as far as male bosses in this game at all. It seems odd. The bee lady, like the vampire guy is a male, I guess, but then you have the Girl Scout and the bee lady and the Aofi and Scatha. So it's like 4 or 5 female bosses to 1 male boss that I can think of off the top of my head. And I get the idea that Lady Luck is also a female antagonist, but you dangerously get close to being accused of sexism if all your bosses are female or all your bosses are male, one way or the other. Plus, all the minions we're fighting, including our own characters, are really androgynous creatures that you wouldn't inherently roll a gender on unless they mentioned it, like the direwolf being a mother. Aofi says, more fighting? I couldn't, I'm stuffed. Okay, just one more. Okay. So, my concern here, you should look at what she does. Adds to the shield, does bash with the shield. Can we get 4 poison on the first turn? 8, 11, 12. We could do it, but it would be difficult. Whereas she has only 3 things, so like a 5 here and a 2 here. I think does fine. Then do 6 damage there. Throw a poison in there. We could throw the 3s towards the poison here, or we could do 2 damage. Since it's early, we'll do that. Or having a bunch of shield now makes a great argument against using the broadsword in favor of using the poison instead, because poison damage will inherently ignore broadsword. We had some extra dice there, so we'll use them. $21 to $30, I think we're in a pretty good position. Let's see. Again, you would just do this. Split that. Do this. I think we just win here, so let's just do this. 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 And then this once. And then this. While we're at it, we'll do some extra damage just to be careful. It's taken us a whole hour to defeat this episode, but we did it. This is the second or third time we've tried. Such a persistent little dice friend. let's give the wheel a spin. Why not? No amazing prize this time, I'm afraid. Bad luck. Maybe it's time to give up forever. So we've now completed any 3 elimination round episodes and locked all the enemy dice. Yeah, I don't have a clue as to why that took an hour when we were trying to rush through this run, and I don't feel like we lost once and then started over. I guess maybe it just took that long because of reasons. So we've unlocked the gargoyle. Favorite food, raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Greatest fear, turning into flesh. Likes sitting still while birds build a nest behind my ears and then picking it up and throwing it onto the ground. Hee hee. Reasons for entering the dungeon. I can make so many people sad down here. These are all in parentheses, so I wonder if that's implying that the answers were psychically said, or if they are inferred answers instead of actually spoken answers. The other thing we unlocked must be over here. The dire wolf. Favorite food, adventurers, karaoke go-to. You know, people always expect me to sing Shakira's She-Wolf, but I prefer Hips Don't Lie. Reason for entering the dungeons? Well, my kid ran down here and I thought I probably shouldn't just leave him alone forever. So yeah, this dire wolf is explicitly said as female, and certainly you could assume that all the other characters are male, but there's really no reason to make that assumption. There's more of a feminine form on Robobot, and Banshee looks like a female. There are definitely some masculine forms on a lot of the other characters. So I would say it's probably a wash as far as minions, but the Dryad definitely feels more feminine. But once you start getting to the bosses, I don't know if we are going to unlock any profiles for any of the bosses, or if we do that once we finish the bonus rounds. And that may indicate that there really are only 6 bosses in Lady Luck. So the next thing we will probably make progress with is completing 4 elimination rounds, obviously. And yeah, we are in decent spots here. If I started to struggle some more, I could come back and start doing bonus rounds or parallel universe rounds. This game, I will say, is losing some momentum for me. The more I take a break, the more I sleep, the higher the chance that I'm losing the momentum needed to make it all the way to the end, particularly when you know that there's DLC we haven't even looked at yet, and when you know that between the elimination rounds and the bonus rounds there isn't really that much of a difference, or at least it doesn't seem like there's that much of a difference. Perhaps it would have been wise for the game to force us to do elimination rounds and bonus rounds at a more random occurrence, or at least play each type of round once to get a feel of how they could be different. But at the core of it, they needed to really be a lot more different. And even when we did episode 1, 2, and 3, which were fairly significantly different ways to play with the characters, they aren't different enough in an appreciable way that it felt like you were experiencing something wholly new It just kind of felt like a slight variation on a theme. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and give me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.